In today's video, I will be trying to survive 100 days in Minecraft, and hopefully I will succeed. So here's a little bit for you guys. If this video gets 100 or more views, I will create a 200 days video. And who knows, maybe we'll even go to 1,000, or just maybe 200. Also, bit of a disclaimer. I know it looks like I spawn in directly next to this village, but it's not true. I actually spawned over in that forest over there, and not right in this village, so don't hate me in the comments, please. I started off by collecting some food and raiding the blacksmith that was right next to me. And then I got a donkey, and I rode him around for a bit until I stumbled upon another village. I put the donkey in a pen and raided the rest of the village. Then I found a ruined portal, and it didn't have the worst of loot. And then that was the end of day 1. Day 2, I found some pink flowers and dyed my bed pink. I guess I wanted to blend in with the forest better. I guess. I am one with the forest. I decided I wanted to settle down in this birch forest, so I started to chop down some trees. And that wasn't that fun. And then I started on my house, and let's actually do that in a time-lapse, please. For my house, I went for kind of a box style, but I also added some slabs under the roof so that it didn't look so much like a old-fashioned Minecraft box. The house has 2 layers, kind of a basement and kind of a second floor, but not really. It's a bit weird, but I think it looks cool. I added a lot of detail in by using these stairs, and I think it looks pretty good in the end. Day 3, I actually got a trident from a drowned, which was pretty awesome. The rest of day 3 and mostly all of day 4 was spent on finishing my house, which, let me say, by the end of it is actually looking pretty good. By now the house is finished, and it has a crafting table, a bed, and a furnace, so pretty basic, but I think it looks pretty good. And that was the end of day 4. Moving on to day 5. On day 5, I started to build a small dock, which I didn't even realize this when I was building it, but I'm going to be using this dock a lot more than I thought I would. It's extremely helpful in the end, which is really cool. I didn't really do much on day 6 besides finish the path I was working on to get around my base more easily, and to kill a bunch of cows. Which, that was about it, actually. Yeah, day 6. That was fun. On day 7, I made another portion of the dock which would expand towards a new villager trading hall I would be building that would expand our area much bigger and expand our area to new biomes even, which is pretty awesome. The rest of day 7 was spent almost killing myself by jumping into their ravine, and then I actually found a pillager outpost, which was pretty cool, but I literally went right around that and went into the village because I did not want to die. And then I found a blacksmith that didn't have that bed of loot, and that was the end of day 7, on to day 8. Day 8, I didn't do much except for let this iron golem kill a pillager for me because I was too cowardice to do that myself, and yeah, went pretty well. I mostly spent all of day 9 mining in this cave I found. On day 10, however, well, I guess that was just more mining too. Mostly all of day 11 was spent on finishing the dock that we had started a couple days ago, which, let me tell you, is actually looking pretty good now, and we actually use it a lot, but I mostly just jump on these trapdoors instead of opening the fence gates that I added a couple days later, so kinda useless. Just like day 11, day 12 was also spent on working on the dock. Day 13, a good friend of mine, Sendy22, joined the game, and we just spent a couple of days messing around and doing some stuff, which was pretty fun all in all. Day 14 was spent starting to make a walkway up around my base that would then lead to my villager trading hall, which I build in the next couple episodes. And then it was day 15. Day 15 I finished the walkway, and it was starting to look pretty good. And then I did more work on the dock and chopped down some more trees. On day 16, I continued making walkways and docks around my base that it would be easier to get around. I also marked out an area where Sunny222 had found a skeleton spawner, which would later become a XP grinder. That would be extremely helpful in the later game of this 100 days. Mostly all of day 17 was spent lighting up my base because mobs were spawning like crazy. Day 18 I was back on my own, but I was okay with that. It just meant more work for me. I basically spent all of day 18 making the outline of my villager trading hall. I spent all of day 20 working on my villager trading hall, which ended up looking pretty good in the end. Hey guys, it's me, editing DJW, and yeah, I did something bad. I messed up and deleted the clip of day 20 because I thought it was day 21, but it wasn't. So yeah, I just got completely mixed up, and now I don't know what to do. We're just gonna move on. All the other clips should be right, so yeah, now it's day 21. We're moving on. Again, on day 21, I continued work on the villager trading hall, but this time I was working on the roof. On the morning of day 22, I woke up to the sound of very loud men arguing and shouting with each other in the forest, and that seemed to annoy me. So I went over to those guys, and I gave them a piece of my mind. It didn't take long for me to kill them and just completely destroy them in battle. On day 23, something really annoying happened. There was a creeper, I jumped on top of a tree, and, well, you can just watch. Yup, even though he was like 8 blocks away from me, he still managed to blow up. That was really annoying. The rest of day 23 was spent lighting up my area. Yet somehow, on the morning of day 24, those angry men with crossbows were back. And this time they had managed to kill me. Yep, that was annoying. Luckily I got my stuff back and I killed them this time. And also this time I got something called the Bad Omen, which I'm pretty sure isn't that great. And this will lead to something much worse than anything we could ever imagined. The rest of day 24 was spent finishing the roof of my villager trading hall. On day 25, I was pretty proud of myself for making it over a quarter of the way through, and I wanted to get a pet dog. I had seen a couple over in this forest, so I was like, okay, I'll get one. And I did. I got this adorable little puppy here, and I didn't really like his red collar when I got him. So I wanted to get a blue collar, and I remember seeing a blue flower over in the village. Just watch my stupidity. Yeah, so I had recently gotten that dog, right? And going to get the blue flower, and this happened. I had gotten the blue flower, and yet I continued to go into the village for some reason. And I started a raid. Yep. And like the coward that I am, I just ran away, hopefully letting the iron golems take care of that problem. I watched from afar, and it didn't look too good. Not gonna lie. And yeah, I know you're probably thinking I'm like gonna be a coward and just let all the villagers die. Well, no. I had a plan. My plan was I would take my donkey to the other village and mine for some iron. And then it was, day 26, of course. I would take as many buckets I could craft with the iron I got, head down to the mines, and to collect as much lava as I could find. Then it was day 27. I pillared up by the village, which, had the raid. I pillared over and released my first bucket of lava on top of the pillagers, hoping that would work. It wasn't that useful. I got a couple of good shots, and I decided to jump down so that I could get my trident, and then I got a couple more kills, and there was only one guy left. And of course he was stuck inside of a villager's house. I killed him, and then I had to pillar up back to the top because I didn't want to die when the second part came. And then I fought through the night because I was so determined to get rid of these guys. And then of course I slept, and it was day 28. And then a big guy came along. I decided to take out the small guys until the big guy decided to, well, he found me, I guess you could say. I hid inside one of the small houses until I decided to pillar up and take this guy all out. Once I took out the big guy, it was time for more little guys. And of course, it was witches, the guys I hated the most. And another big guy, the guy I hated the mostest. Then it was day 29. There was one pillager left on day 29, but for some reason I just couldn't find him. Literally anywhere. I searched everywhere except for in this ravine. I found a cave in the ravine, and of course he was, there. After I killed him, I got Hero of the Village, and that was pretty awesome, even though there wasn't much village left to be a hero of. The rest of day 29 was spent sorting through all my loot and putting it in my chest. And at the end of day 29, I made a villager grave. This would go out to all of the villagers that I killed. I mean, that the pillagers killed. Yep. The pillagers are guilty, not me. So this was now called the villager grave. And this lived on for the rest of the 100 days. Seriously, I never took it down. Even though, obviously, I didn't really have any villagers buried there. It was just more for the, moment of the whole thing. But, who cares about those villagers, honestly? Day 30 and day 31 was spent trying to build a farm where I would be able to trade food with some villagers for emeralds. And it actually helped a lot later in the series. Day 32 was spent trying to transport lots of villagers over to where I would be breeding them so that I could do lots and lots of trading. Day 33 was basically the exact same, except at the end of day 33 I started to build a small dirt box where I would be breeding my villagers. Day 34 and day 35 was basically just spent getting more villagers and creating a place where they could breed and I could trade with them. On day 36, I decided to do a bit of farming so that I could get enough bread to breed my villagers, and it actually ended up being quite successful. On day 37, I really didn't do that much. I did a lot of caving, and then I worked a bit on my auto trading farm thing. Day 38, I also did some more caving in this mine shaft that I had found, which was connected to our XP grinder, but then a skeleton killed me. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Day 39 was also just more caving. Day 40, I decided to head back down to the mine shafts, and that was the same on day 41. Day 42, I found this guy in front of my base, and of course he had terrible traits. All of day 43 was spent finishing the small trading post I had set up by my farm. On day 44, I spent the whole day trying to get villagers into my auto trade farming thing. Yeah, I seriously never came up with a name for it this whole 100 days. Maybe in the next 200 days I will. Cough, cough, 200 days. Get this video to 100 views so that we can do a 200 days video. Cough. Day 45, I spent the whole day working on my villager farm, trying to get villagers in there, and yeah, it went pretty well. On day 46, I basically just spent the whole entire day caving, getting some iron and some more coal, and that went pretty well, until I managed to come across a large sum of 4 diamonds. Yes, 4 diamonds. Not too many, but enough for a diamond pickaxe that I can get some obsidian and head to the nether. The rest of day 46 was spent making a diamond pick and mining out all the obsidian I needed for a nether portal. On day 47, I made a little pathway leading towards my nether portal. Day 48, I decided to do it. I was going to go into the nether. And my spawn was absolute garbage. Yeah, Soul Sand Valley, ghasts, and skeletons. But I did have this little tiny red forest thing, so I went into there and collected some quartz. I guess that was kind of useful. I spent the rest of day 48 just decorating my nether portal. On day 49, I decided to take a calm day to just do some fishing. Even though I just got, you know, the pufferfish. Guys, we have done it. We have hit 100 days. Yay! Yay! Not really. No, halfway there, but still closer than we were when we were at 0, right? Right? 50 days. Pretty far. Pretty far. We can do further, though. We can get to 100, just 50 more days. On day 50, I just did some more farming and trading with my villagers so that I could get more emeralds. Day 51, I basically spent the whole entire day trying to get my villagers to breed because they were being really annoying and weren't. So I decided to hit this villager, and she ran over and tried to, you know, like, do something with the other villager, and he didn't like that. Yeah, he didn't like it. Day 52, whilst fishing, I thought I saw a dog, so I went over to this area, and yeah, I fell into a ravine and died. But I did a 5,000 IQ play and managed to get all my stuff back. Yeah, wasn't that quite smart, huh? Huh? Come on. Pretty smart. On day 53, I went over to another village, and I got a pet cat, and I named it... I never gave it a name, actually, now that I think about it. Day 54, I also spent the whole entire day fishing, hoping I would get something good. Near the end of day 54, I got another cat. I didn't really like its red collar, though, and I dyed it pink. I also dyed the other cat's collar yellow. I then put this cat up by my nether portal, and it should henceforth now be named Nether Cat, because I never gave it a name. Day 55, I went into the nether, and I went to a old nether fortress I had found a couple days before. It had a blaze spawner and a couple of diamonds in the chest. Day 56, I went down in the mines, and I actually got a couple more diamonds, which was pretty awesome. I also got some more iron. Day 57, I mostly did some farming and trading with the villagers, and I planted some more sugarcane so that I could make lecterns and get mending. Day 58, I did some mining and paid my respects to the dead villagers. On day 59, I tried to breed my villagers, and they really didn't want to for some reason. Day 60, I cleared out a large area where I would be putting a sort of gateway entrance into my sort of little village or area, I guess you could call it. On day 61, I finished working on the billboard and adding in all the glass, and I think it looks pretty good. Day 62, I got the donkey in there, and as far as donkey billboards go, this is a pretty good one. Day 63, I went into a nearby cave just to get some more iron and gold. On day 64, I collected a bunch of dirt to fill in an area that had been annoying me for a while, and I just filled it in with dirt, and I think it looks pretty good now. On day 65, I traveled over to the other village to collect some food because I started to run out. On day 66, I headed down to the mines in search for diamonds and some iron. On day 67, I finally started working on the mob farm, and I think it's going pretty well because it took me many days to actually get down there and start working on it. Not sure why. Day 68 was exactly the same, just more work on the XP grinder. Day 69, stop laughing. On day 69, I also tried to finish the XP grinder, but again, it took me a lot of time to get it done. On day 70, I cleared out the villager trading hall because I decided to make it into a chest room because I didn't want to transport the villagers all the way over there. So yeah, now it's a chest room. Day 71, I made a small water elevator that would connect the XP grinder to my base. On day 72, I collected the kelp for the water elevator so that I could also, just connect it to my base. On day 73, I finally got mending from a villager, which was pretty cool. Day 74, I basically just did some farming. And on day 75, I took all of the wheat and potatoes I had and traded it with my villager so that I could get mending. But the mending cost like 31 emeralds, so that was, pretty insane. Day 76, I did some work on building another dock that would connect the XP grinder to my base. And on day 77, I actually built the water elevator and finished the surrounding area, just to make it look a bit better. Day 78, I finished the walkway, and that was looking pretty good. I also broke the torches so that mobs could actually spawn in the area. And on day 79, I AFK'd the mob grinder for a bit. Day 80, I AFK'd some more so that I could get levels, so that when I got mending from the villager, I could add it onto one of my tools. On day 81, I went into the nether and adventured in my area for a bit. On day 82, I went back to the nether fortress and decided to adventure and get some blaze rods. On day 83, I AFK'd the skeleton farm, and I did that on day 84 as well. On day 85, I did some farming, and that was about it. It was quite the calm and peaceful day. On day 86, I just filled in the hole that was surrounding my area, because it was really starting to annoy me. On day 87, I tried to make my villager into a Fletcherman, but apparently his trades were already locked as a farmer, so I guess that didn't work. The rest of day 88 was spent expanding my farm, because I needed to get lots of more emeralds. On day 89, I did some more trading with my villagers from farming. And on day 90, I AFK'd my skeleton farm more. The morning of day 91, I did some more farming so that I can get more emeralds so that I can get mending, which was really expensive. The night of day 91, I converted my villager to a zombie villager so that I can get mending more easily. Day 92, I collected some gold for a golden apple until I realized that zombie villagers burn in daylight, so yeah, that wasn't good. On day 93, I got another villager from the village, and I made sure that he wouldn't burn in daylight. And then I got some husks to convert him into a zombie villager until I realized that husks will not convert them, they will just kill them. Yeah, so that wasn't too great. On day 94, I had to go all the way back to the village, and I trapped a villager inside of his house. Day 95, I finally got mending from that villager. And then on day 96, I rose with mending. I was pretty happy about that. And then I did some more farming to, again, get more mending books. And that was a pretty calm day. Day 97, I added mending to my axe until I realized that mending on an axe is pretty much useless. So, yeah, that really sucked. Yeah. Day 98, I disenchanted my axe, and I lost my mending book, which sucked even more. Yeah, that was a pretty bad 2 days. And then, on day 98, I also did some more AFKing until on day 99, I rose and did some more farming. And at the end of day 99, I just relaxed until it became day 100. On the morning of day 100, I collected all my pets, and I sat them in front of my house, and I did it. I completed the 100 days challenge. Maybe we'll go to 200 days, or 300, or even 1,000. We'll see. We'll see. Congratulations to those of you that made it to the end of this video. Now, this wasn't just a random idea that popped into my head. I wasn't just like, oh, maybe I should do this video because LukeTheNotable and Smallishbeans and literally everyone, including Mrbeast, did this video. No, I didn't do it because of them. I mean, they were my inspiration to do this video, but really, I did this video because the day that I uploaded this video was officially 1 year from when I started my YouTube channel, which I think is just insane. It blows me away, guys. 1 year. So that's why I uploaded this video, and that is why I decided to do 100 days in Minecraft. So thank you so much for all the support I've gotten, and I think we just have grown so much since I originally started my YouTube channel, and it's insane. So this video actually does have significance. It is important to me because it's 1 year from when I started my YouTube journey, and I think that's just incredible. And it's really important to me that I thank you guys for everything. I wouldn't be here without you. And truly, I just wouldn't be here at all without any of you. So thank you guys so much for all of the support you've given me. So thanks for watching this video if you did. Now I will catch you guys later.